Carly and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is just going to be a very chill recent reads video. I have not been reading too much since the beginning of this year, so it's currently July 30th and I've read a total of, 7 books this month, which is actually pretty great because I have not read anything again since the beginning of the year. I've read here and there a little bit, but again, I already have a video that should hopefully be up before this one that is about what I've read since January to currently, touching on a couple of books, but I'm going to be touching on more books that I've read this month in this video, so let's just get started. I have not been reading anything physically. I don't know when I will physically read again, but as of right now, I've been really loving audiobooks again, which is not uncommon because I've only ever read audiobooks the majority of the time I've been on YouTube here. So I'm just gonna jump into the first book that I read, and I read this literally a good couple months ago, and then I finally just finished it. I want to say the 7th of July. That's the only reason why I'm counting it, but that was Bound by Honor by Cora Riley. I didn't really like it. I gave it a 3 stars. I did start it and then stop for a couple weeks, I want to say, in between, so that also kind of made my rating fluctuate a little bit more. It's about a mafia family. It's like a mafia, what is it called, forced marriage, the forced marriage trope, you know. So our main character is basically forced to marry this mafia guy who is I want to maybe say the next in line to be the mafia king, whatever. I really don't know. And I just didn't really care for the romance. I felt like obviously it was very forced and there was just no sparks. There was nothing there. I did not like the main characters. I just didn't really care about anybody. So this is a series, but I'm definitely not going to be picking up any of the other books just because it just didn't really do it for me. And it really sucks because I really wanted to like Cora Riley's writing. And maybe I'll give her other books a chance later on, but I think this one was just not the good one to start with. However, the next book is Layla by Colleen Hoover. So this is my first Colleen Hoover book, and I gave it a 4.5 stars. So this took me a couple months to read as well. I started it physically. If you can't tell, I was tabbing it to begin with. I did talk about this in a reading vlog that I also posted recently, which I'll leave up in the cards. I started this, put it down so many times, and then I finally decided to finish it on audiobook, and I'm really glad that I did because it just made the setting and just the whole book just kind of all come together and just fit so much better as one. So I kind of did go over this and what it was about in my vlog, but I'll continue to go over what most of it is again. It's about this girl named Layla and this guy named Leeds. He is a bass player, I think, in a band that he really does not like. They meet when it's his first, not his first concert, but it's one of his concerts that he has with his friends in the band, and she's just dancing like a maniac in the crowd, and it kind of just catches his eye, and they kind of just have a one-night stand, but they don't end up leaving each other. After that, they're together from that night on, moving forward for months, and then something tragic happens to one of the characters, and after that, they go back to the bed and breakfast that they met at originally to kind of just, re-spark the joy in their life and the love and the romance and all that kind of stuff, and things just get worse there because some paranormal stuff starts to go down. Now, this book, let me just tell you, it's fucking insane. The ending and just everything that came together with this and the interview in it and the point of views and the past and the present, it was just amazing. And I'm so glad that this was my first Colleen Hoover book that I read because it was absolutely my new favorite. I think this is one of my new favorites of 2021, and it was just so good. I just love the characters. I also felt like Leeds and Layla was a good look into a book of my boyfriend and I, if that was our romance in a book. I don't know. It just felt like it was really cute and just it was really fun to read, and then it was really sad at times, and it just gave you so many different emotions, and I'm just so happy that I picked this up, and I definitely could not recommend it more. Next book that I read was actually the last of this series, and that is Broken Kingdom, which is the 4th book in the Royal Hearts Academy. Is that even correct? By Ashley Jade. So this is the 4th book, and I think this was my favorite book of all 4 of the books. I gave it a 4.5. I obviously read this on audio. It is a new adult romance, so it is very dark, new adult-y, all that kind of stuff. I've definitely figured that I am more of a new adult romance person than I am with contemporary now. I like the dark shit. I don't really like the, they fall in love, happily ever after. I'm sorry, but I want some tragedy in there. I think this is why I like it, because this whole entire series was a fucking roller coaster. I'm just gonna say that now. I can't really give too much away, but it's about these siblings who are very popular at their academy that they go to. Their mom has passed away, and then their little brother passes away, and I just really cannot talk about it. I just have to tell you to go read it because it was just really good. The first book is called Cruel Prince, and it focuses on Jace, who is one of the brothers, and then each book after that kind of just focuses on all the siblings. So Bianca is definitely my favorite sibling, and it's kind of funny because I really did not like her in the beginning, and I really love Oakley as well because at first I did not like him either. So they kind of just like won my heart at the end of all the books in the series, and it was amazing. I had a fun time, and I pre-ordered the fourth book and I didn't read it till months later, but I'm really glad that I finally did because I think that was the book that actually kind of kicked me back into reading again. Our fourth book that I read was, guys, just get ready, okay? The Girl in 6E by A.R. Torre. So, guys, okay, so I gave this a 3.5, but I'm just gonna give you a little spoiler. I finished the entire series this week, so I'm personally not doing okay right now because I finished it, and it's been 6 years since she said she was gonna write some more stuff, and I really don't think she's ever gonna write anything more, and I really did not like being left on a cliffhanger. My heart shattered at the end of the fucking third book. So, okay, so I gave the first book a 3.5, but however, the overall series, I think I want to say I would give like a 4.5, just because it's like literally a continuation. It picks right up after that other book. So for the first book, we follow our main character, Deanna, aka Jessica Riley 19. She is a cam girl, so I thought this book was such a different twist to it. I was recommended this book by a friend like forever ago, and I finally picked it up because I had the copy of it, but I don't have the other ones, and I'm gonna fucking finish a series. You better believe it. I'm gonna get the whole entire series because this is like my new favorite series that I read. Anyway, it's about like, a cam girl who obviously has like a fake identity, and we get into why she has a fake identity, which I want to say it goes into it in like the first part. So I started physically reading this, and then I had to obviously finish an audio because I can't physically read for the life of me. And I'm really glad I did that because this series really made my shitty work week so much better. This literally, I just dove right into it, ate it up, and just didn't look back, basically. And I know I'm really late on the train for this series, but I don't even care. It was so worth the wait and just not knowing. But anyway, let me just finally get into what this book is about. It's about a girl named Deanna, and she obviously has a different name, different life, because she's a cam girl and she murders people, basically. So she has to lock herself in her apartment every night by her neighbor named Simon, who is basically getting drugs from her doctor, and that's the only way that she can repay him in order to lock her in the apartment every night. She obviously has like these feelings to go kill all the time, and I just love how like routine her life is, because it kind of makes me feel like my life, because my life is very routine right now and everything's just the same every fucking day and it kind of sucks. But I liked it in her aspect just because it was so different, and I like the fact that she was a cam girl because it was really different from any book that I've read before with this kind of like synopsis, because this is a thriller but it also has like 50 Shades of Grey like linked into it. Obviously she is just a cam girl, and the first book kind of just focuses on like building up her life and like why she's a cam girl and why she can't leave her apartment. So I don't know if this is considered a spoiler. I don't think it is, because it's like it's basically discussed in the first book, I want to say, like within the first couple pages. Actually no, it definitely isn't, but something happens to her family from her mom, and so what causes that is what causes her to basically just stay in her apartment for the rest of her life for about 4 years, I want to say, and then that's when she starts to like kind of like break free. I'm basically only going to talk about the first book just because that is all I can really discuss right now, because I don't want to give away the entire series. But if you guys would love to see me do a book review on this entire series, please let me know, because I would absolutely love to do that. Like, this series it literally just turned my life upside down. And I just told my boyfriend all about it every single time. Like in the shower yesterday, I was talking to him about it. When I was at work, I was talking to him about it. Like, I'm just always telling him about the series every single time I finished a book or every time something crazy happened. And I just cannot recommend it enough. It has romance, it has thriller, it has murder, it literally has everything. And I love it so much. Next book is a book that I didn't really care for, and that was Hate by Tate James. I've seen this going around on booktube quite a lot recently as like a new popular reverse harem, which you guys, if you guys don't know, I love reverse harem. I found that out once I read Credence by Penelope Douglas, which you guys don't know, my favorite book. So I decided to give this a try. It's about this girl named Madison Kate. Sorry, but I fucking hate her name and how everybody literally called her Madison Kate. Like, why can you not just call her MK and just fucking finish it there? I'm sorry, but that just annoyed me to no end. It's about this girl named Madison Kate, and she is going to like this riot night, I want to say, with her friend at like this abandoned amusement park, and it's like a bunch of fights happening, and then guns break out, and then they all have to go running. She gets in jail for it because like these people have to help her, these guys help her, but then she thinks that they're like against her because she ends up getting caught by the police and going to jail for them because of them. And then so basically it's just her life like afterwards, and her coming to terms with everything and meeting these guys, because when she gets out of jail, she comes home to her father's house, who basically like doesn't even care for her, and these men are there that literally put her in jail basically, or so she thinks, and it just kind of goes from there. It's just a bunch of romance, and I don't know, the main characters really fucking irritated me. I just did not like her at all. I really just kind of wanted to punch her the entire time. However, for the guys, I really enjoyed Steele and Archer. I really didn't care for Cody because I kind of felt like he was just kind of like a little pussy. I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry, but that's just my opinion. I just didn't really care for him. However, I did like Steele and Archer, even though they all were kind of assholes and just a piece of shit. But yeah, I just didn't really care for the book. I gave it a 2.5 stars. If anything, I'd rather give it a fucking 1. So, alright, and the last 2 books are the books in this series. So, that would be Do Not Disturb, which is number 2, and If You Dare, which is number 3. Do Not Disturb, which is the second one, I gave 4 stars, and If You Dare, number 3, I gave 3.5. So, again, I really did not like individually rating them, just because I feel like you have to read all of them to get the entire series and get the whole like concept of the entire book in number 1, because it literally just continues on. Like, I've never seen a straight on continuation like these books before, and it was kind of refreshing because you literally just stayed in the same world, but like it never got boring. Like, I was constantly always attached. That was it. That is literally what I've read in July so far. I think that's probably all I'm gonna read in July. I started a book earlier today, which was Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. I haven't gotten too far into to really have an opinion yet, so I'm just gonna save it on that one. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, give it a big like, subscribe down below to join the family, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye guys.